Okay, let's just get started. So cool apps, and thank you for joining again. And why is video important is what I'm going to talk about. Some lighting, sound, and equipment, some the cool apps, as I mentioned, and some distribution and measures of success that you want to keep in mind. These are some of the apps that I'm going to be talking about today, but I'm going to be really focusing on Viva Video, which is one that I've discovered not too long ago that I'm really enjoying. And I'm going to be also focusing on something new that you can do with Canva that I'm really enjoying, and I think you will as well. But I will be touching on the rest. So I just wanted to share with the apps up front. So why do you think video is important? So think about that for a second. Why is video important to everything you do, regardless if you're B2B, B2C? What does video help you do? Does anybody want to answer a little bit on that? Why are you even here? Why is video important to you? I'd love to know. If anyone want to takes themselves off mute. Do it. Don't be shy.
People want to have that interaction with you as opposed to a stagnant, non-moving photo. They want to see you in action.
They do, exactly, Susie. And who better to see than you? My friend Susie is the most authentic, articulate person, eloquent in the way she speaks. And how can you get that across in words, right, or in a photo? So you really want to be able to show them your eyes, as I always say, because you're going to get more trust that way, and you're going to be able to bring your message across. And if someone can relate to you, they may more want to work with you than somebody else that they're really not able to see or and just get the text. So videos help personalize the actual relationship, whether it's through your website, putting a video on your website, whether it's through social media posts. There are so many different places. So as these are just some stats I'm going to throw at you, and the most important one, I think, is 80%, 79% of consumers say that videos the easiest way to get to know a brand or a person online. They'd rather see a video. And I'm going to bring this slide up again later on, but when I'll be asking, does video help improve your sales? And it definitely does. People would rather see a video and make a choice on what they want to buy versus just a stagnant photo. And if you're using videos or social media, it's 1,200% more effective in getting shares than just a text post. So these are some little reasons as to why they're important. And visual, as you know, is more effective versus the written word. People retain 80% more of what they see than what they're reading. And your landing page, as Diane said, she had a landing page for her e-newsletter. So a landing page, meaning your website, if there's a video introducing and welcome people to my website, welcome to these products, welcome to my services, and it's you. So it's the authentic, you're getting that relationship, you're talking to them. The landing pages get more buy now or conversions, as we call them, than 40% more than without the video. So that's why they're important. So where might you publish your videos? I mentioned some of these things. So think of your own business. You take a video, where can you put this video? So where are some of the different places you can think of? So let me share with you. Where you're going to want to put your videos is your social media account posts. So when you're posting something on social media, you can use a video. Obviously on Facebook, you can post not just photos, but you can post videos. Facebook cover, I'm going to show you one, but there are many who are using this now. It's not that new anymore. I would think it's around 2 years old. You can put a video. It's got to be a wide video, as you imagine what a Facebook cover looks like, and a video there is effective. It shows what your business is all about. And just like anything that you put on a cover, you can change your covers often. So that's kind of cool. Google listings. Many of you have been to my Google listing webinars. Google listings are critical to your success. You want to claim your Google listing and post to it. And one of the types of posts you can do are videos. So that's really effective. Also, the other type of post, the other type of video, let me apologize. The other type of video you might want to use on your Google listing are what's called 360 views. And those are 360. They're done with, here, I have a couple of different cameras that we use to create the 360 videos with. So this one is one of the cameras I use. You can kind of see it's like a ball, and it does a 360 of the room. And then what people can do with these is they can zoom in and zoom out. If you go to knock on wood, you're going to start seeing them there. I'm doing them through lockdown for them. And Chesler Shoes, if you go there on their Facebook, you'll be able to see them there, as well as their Google listings, because it's a good way of, especially through shutdown, and you have products that you want people to buy, but you're not sure what they might be interested in. Put in the 360, it lets people zoom in and zoom out. So these cameras are getting less and less expensive. They used to be crazy expensive. So that's another thing on your Google listing. You can do videos and 360 photos. The 360 camera saves it in a way that you need to only post it, that you can only post it to places that can see and understand what this 360 structure is. So your Google listing is one of those places, and your Facebook is another place. Instagram doesn't understand 360, so you can't post your 360 photos on Instagram. You cannot post your 360 photos on LinkedIn, for example, or on Twitter, but you can on your Google listing. And then YouTube is another place you may want to post your videos, and Google is one of the most highly used search engines. So if you do have a how-to do-it-yourself kind of video that you're putting out there, YouTube is an excellent place to post because it is searched for widely. Another reason you may want to post on YouTube is you may want to use these videos on your website or in a newsletter. So if you're going to do that, what happens is you don't want to put an entire video. As you know, the video file itself is very large. So if you put the entire video and it's trying to load on your website, it's going to slow your website down. So what people do is they upload their videos to YouTube, and then they put the link on their website. And then what happens is it turns it into a thumbnail, and people can watch the video, which is now embedded in your website. If you remember, another reason that was a good idea was because YouTube is owned by Google. So you're embedding a Google product in your website, and it increases the value of your website to Google. So you're found better. You can also embed them in emails. So as Diane was saying, she sent out emails to her client to get them to sign up for her newsletters. And in that, she could have had a little video of herself talking about some of her new workshops that were coming up. And then she would have had to put that first into YouTube and then put that link into the email. And MailChimp or Constant Contact, they have a beautiful way to do that. You put that in there, it creates the thumbnail. People can watch the video right from your emails. So those are items that I'm going to be showing you today, and those are different places that you can publish your videos. So of course, if you're doing a really simple video of, here, this is what I'm doing right now, you may not want to put that up to YouTube. You may not want to include that on your website. It's something you might just be doing in the moment for social, because as you know, social type of videos are those that are entertaining, inspiring, funny, giving authentic emotion. The ones that you're going to want to put on your Google listing are ones that are specific to products. These are products people may want to buy. So if you go to Chesler Shoes, what you'll notice we're doing recently is we have a white box with a kind of looks like a plate that's in it, and we put the shoe on it and it turns. So my hand can't turn like that, but it turns slowly. So we use those videos for their for their website. But where do we put it on their website? they have a Shopify account website. So we have products. So instead of just looking at the product and it's a still product, you can look at the product. And now what we're doing is slowly introducing all their products, not only with the stills, but also a video where the whole thing turns. So there's different places that you might want to use your video. And you're not going to use the same video everywhere. You're going to decide where you're going to use these videos. So through your website, in your website itself, you may want to have just a video, again, like from YouTube, because it takes up less time for that page to load. So that's excellent. You can have a video gallery, and what ends up happening is you're able to upload and a lot of the websites out there allow you to do this. Website builders allow you to do this, where you have a number of videos on a specific topic. And you're looking at these different videos. So you might have a series of videos on how to do blank, and maybe another series of videos that is a completely different topic. So you might have a video gallery on one topic and a video gallery on another topic. So and then products in the shop on your website. Like I mentioned, I'm going to show you Chesler shoes. That's what we've done there. Vlogs, you may decide instead of just having a blog on your website, you may want to insert something that looks like a photo, but it's actually, again, a YouTube link, and it creates the thumbnail and it's you talking, and they call those vlogs. And so that might be something you want to do. And those are really powerful, again, for SEO, because blogs or vlogs, the text you put is very friendly for Google to read. And because it has a YouTube video in it, it becomes very strong for SEO. And then welcome pages with videos on it do really well. About us pages, what better way to express who you are than a video? So there's different places on your website that you might want to consider to use video. So those are some of the different places. So what do you think video, the use of video, think about it for yourself for a second. How has video changed since COVID started? So I think a lot of you will have the same impact that I've seen. People want authentic posts, more and more authentic posts versus the scripted, versus the, hiring someone in to go and create the videos. They're looking for authentic posts, which is why I'm glad to see you all on this session, because you can do them yourselves. So here's an example. This is an old screenshot, but when COVID first kicked us in the, this young woman from Sam's, she owns Sam's. Now I always thought Sam was a man before I saw these videos, and this is Sam. She's not a man, and she had compelling videos of how scared she was, and people really responded to her. And she had videos of what then she was about to, what was in the smoker and what kind of deli meat she was going to have that day. And then she'd break down in tears, and those ones would take off again. People were very authentic. So very simple, very, straightforward. She had figured out where she's got her camera, her cell phone rather, because these are all done on her cell phone. You might end up having a place that you have that your cell phone is secure, or you might end up with a tool like this. Can you guys see my screen? Can you nod? Joanne, I can see you. Okay, good. So so this is something that you can buy for $14. It clips on anything down here, and then it clicks on a surface. You put your cell in here, and then you can move it around so that it's now where you're going to put your cell, and you're going to put it onto video and press record. My little trick, if you're doing it by yourself, and I have this in one of the slides, but my little trick is to put a timer on there. A lot of people will try and press record and then step away, and the thing starts bouncing up and down. So I put a timer on it for 10 seconds. So by the time it counts down to 10, this, and you'll see what I mean if you have one of these, you press record and the thing starts bouncing. And so I put the timer on 10 so I can position myself, and the bouncing stops, and then I start. So I like that very much. And then there's other ones that I use if you are the type that gets bored when you're driving, which I'm not sure we're supposed to, but this goes onto my windshield, and then this goes in front of me and my phone fits into here. And I had a different one on the one that I did on the weekend on my way back with my new bus, and the back of my phone was clicking the whole time. I didn't realize that was making sound. So thank you for putting up with that, but I need to secure that because that was not very professional. Obviously I couldn't hear it while we were driving in my old bus. But so there are different ways that you realize, you know what, I'm in the car a lot. I wouldn't mind doing a little videos while I'm in there. These kind of tools help. And often we use them for our GPSs afterwards as well as our phones. So I'll get onto some other ones there in a second. So do people listen? Do you think people have their volume on and your videos, if you're talking, do you think they actually listen, or are they just seeing it? So a lot of you would have seen this before. And I think I see some chats. Let's see, you got one too. Yeah, I bet you do, Shannon. Didn't I give you one, or did you get one? What's it called? Oh, heaven forbid. What's it called? I don't know. Let's just see if this one's actually one of the ones that I would use. Let me see. There's a link. Well, that's something very different. That's something that you have to hold. That's a video stabilizer. I'll be talking about that later on. That's one of these things. These are excellent for walking around. So you put your phone here and it stabilizes it, but that's something very different. This is, I'll see if I can get the link for it seriously, because these stabilizers are excellent, and I do use them for my walking around, but they're over $100 normally. These guys are just 14 bucks. Cell phone stands. Where I get them in Peterborough is the Cell Shop stand for $14. Oh, I gotta say with arm. Yeah, I'm not seeing them right here yet, but I know I will. There it is, $18. So it's this kind of thing. That's exactly the one I have. It's got a gooseneck cell phone, and that why I like them is because I like the arm that it's so long and I could move it around. And those of you that know me know that I want my video as high as possible because it makes me look thinner. So so these are little things that I do, but that's the kind that I recommend. These other ones are fabulous if you know that that tight is going to work for you, but I never know where I'm going to be when I want a video. So I like having this because it gives me that flexibility. So thank you for asking that. Let me go back to my slide. Whoops. So do people listen? No, they don't. They don't listen online. So you want to make sure what I mean by that is a large percentage of people have their audio. 85% of people have their audio off when they're stalking or they're looking on Facebook. So you want to make sure that you have captions, or it's just images with key messaging all the way through. And these are the apps that I'm going to share with you, are the apps that help you do these things. Combine your video or your stills with some captions or with some words. And that's what's critical. You can have a great video of you talking, but if no one's going to hear it, so if you can complement it with you showing a few things, and I will show you how to add the captions or how to add the some words over it. Okay, so let's just continue here. Also, there's two different ways. There's the video with just stills and you're adding words to it. The video of you showing something and you're just adding words to it. Like, here's our services. This is called threading, and you're talking and you're showing some of your services, book now, and then that kind of works. Or it could be you speaking and you want what's called captions, where it's translating everything you say and there's words at the bottom of the screen. Those are called captions. So captions increase people that are watching a video with captions. They say 66% of videos without subtitles get watched comparison to 91% of them get watched if they have subcaptions. I believe that it's much lower than 66% based on my clients' stats. I find when I don't have subcaptions and they're just sitting there talking, it's only they only get watched for about 30 seconds, and they and then it just drops right off, as far as the people clicking next because the volume is off. If there's captions, they continue watching. So I believe that 66% is very high in comparison to reality. And then what happens is, because it's creating subcaptions, Google can actually read the subcaptions. It can't read your video. It can't read the text that you've super overlaid in the video, but it can read the subcaptions. So that helps with your SEO, because subcaptions ends up converting into a text file to the machine called the internet. So it helps with your SEO, search engine optimization, helps get you found, which is very cool. So does video increase sales? Back to that slide I already showed. They say that consumers, 46% of consumers will purchase because of a video they watched. So that's big. And I know for a fact, if I'm sending out an email and I have a video built into it, I get a lot more people signing in for whatever it is I'm asking them, come and watch my webinar, versus just a picture of whatever it is I'm talking about or just words. The video really helps. So how do you prepare? Let's get to the meat of things. How do you prepare for a video? So what do you think you've got to do? Just turn on and just start recording? No, you could if you're an eloquent speaker like my friend Susie is, but I still suggest you might want to do your talking points. So why? Because you're going to reduce time in creating it. You're not going to just, oh, I forgot this and redo it. You're going to reduce editing time, and it increases effectiveness. That should be one bullet, increases effectiveness. So, so here are the steps to prepare. So what you want to do is, I got to move you guys out of the way because I can't see. State your video's desired outcome. So what are you trying to accomplish? Don't try to accomplish too much in one video. I'm very guilty of that, where I want to, and this is an example of it, I want to share the world with you in an hour. So so it's just so try to, I know less is more. I honestly do know less is more. I don't practice it often, but I do know less is more. So try and remember that. And why is that good? Because then that also helps you make more videos, so if you can put them into smaller chunks, that's awesome. So that really is important. List the main talking points. And what you might want to do, if your camera is up there when you're going to be talking, what I always do is, I don't think I have any here. Oh yeah, this is one of them. I always have my notes kind of pinned up next to wherever I'm talking. So I don't read, because that's not cool. No one wants to see you reading, because they can see your eyeballs moving and they don't trust you when you're reading. Don't you know your own stuff? So what you want to do is just some bullets as to what you want to talk about, so you don't miss anything. That really helps. And that way you can see it when you're doing this ahead of time. Do I have too many points happening, or does this make sense? Have an opening, just like when you're writing an essay in the old days. Have an opening, have the 3 or 4 points, and then have a summary. Don't forget your call to action. I like doing a call to action every so often throughout the video. If you're looking to, book the course pack, please, click on this link that you'll see with the video and, book purchase the course pack. Or if you're looking to call us, here's our phone number. So whatever you want as an outcome to that video, make sure you remind people. So main talking points, any props you might need during the video. So I made sure that I brought all my props, obviously, that I just dropped with me next to my video, so it's right here for you. So have props. Test the lighting. My window is behind my my camera, and in my new summer office, my big window is going to be behind the camera that I'm going to set up there as well. So test the lighting, test the sound to make sure that you're loud and clear. When it's something that I'm doing where I'm speaking, I always wear a headset so that the mic is close to my to me, so it's me that you're hearing. So I like doing that. I'm hearing somebody. Oh, there we go. I'm just going to put you on mute and mute. There we go. So so get your props, test your lighting, test your sound, test the editor that you're going to use. So after this webinar, maybe you're going to say, you know what, I really like that one app that she showed. So I'm going to do this video. I'm going to record myself. I'm going to take a couple of pictures and I'm going to put them together into the video. Oh, and I want to put it out like a minute after I finish recording. Well, if you've never played with the editor before, that might be foolish. So test the editor on something that's not important, you know, or something that's fun for you. Like if you take your dogs for a walk, you know, take some videos and take some photos and just test your editor, whichever one you're going to use, whether it's the first one I'm going to show you, that the video app that I found on the cell that I absolutely love, or whether it's Canva and its new video abilities that you're going to love it. I can't wait to show it to you. So just test the editor. So then you're ready. So again, all you're doing is, what am I talking about? Kind of list it out to help you prepare, put it somewhere where it's like if you're looking at the camera, it's easy for you to look at your talking points so that you're looking, so that you're not missing anything. You can test the lighting and the sound ahead of time and have any props you want to show there with you. And watch your background. So when we do our Chesler Shoes videos, and we have Kara, who's the owner's team there, and she's doing her videos, we make sure that we get the store glass to the, you know, the light, the exterior glass to my back. She's facing it always. And then we make sure that, you know, I angle her. So if she's talking about Birkenstocks, it's the Birkenstock wall that's showing up, not the Riker wall, you know. So just think about what's behind me, what makes sense, what image am I portraying, you know, what do I want? Because that's important, the what is behind you piece as well. Okay, I forgot to put that there. So what can you share? So it's got to complement your whole communication strategy. A lot of you were in my planning videos, my planning webinars. So you might be sharing client excitement. Nothing more important and nothing more effective than sharing how your clients feel about your products. You could be, I'm going to add to this, maybe you have experts you work with. So I know a lot of you have experts that you work with, and I'll use, for example, Quartha TV and Stereo as an example. I'm going to be interviewing Samsung for them tomorrow. So what we're doing is Samsung has through Zoom like this, I'm going to have two panels up, just he and I, and we're going to interview him on what are, you know, who he is, why he loves Samsung, and then what are the three most exciting new electronics that are coming out in 2021. Because this is the time of year that they unveil their new things. So maybe you want to, you know, share excitement of the brands that you are promoting or the products that you've chosen to use. So those are things that you could interview people like that. That's kind of cool. And it shows that you are an expert in what you do, and it shows that you've chosen wisely with why you're working with some of your partners. So that could be something that you may want to do. So upcoming events, of course, you may want to do that. If you have upcoming events, even if they're virtual. Products and service inspirations. Where did your products and service inspiration come from? Like Jake, I mean, having your family is just, they are just so, what the heck? So authentic. Susie, tell your husband to stop calling me. So I mean, Jake, your family is so authentic. You get them into, you know, Mike talking about his inspiration, and then the other Mike scaring the heck out of him. I mean, you guys are just you're just full of great stories and what the inspiration is for your products. And then the value is in your trust, as I always said, and try and work a video if you can into your weekly calendar, because that's really helpful. And then decide, okay, is this video one that I'm going to use in my website or in an email? So therefore I want to upload it to YouTube, or is it just one that I'm using on social? So you kind of decide, what kind of video is this going to be? And then remember that each place that you might distribute your video to has a different orientation just to make your life interesting. So just remember, these are the orientations. Facebook is landscape, and Twitter, which most of us aren't using on this call anymore, I don't think, is landscape. LinkedIn is landscape. And of course, Instagram, to be different, is square, and YouTube is landscape. And then everyone's come out with stories now, which are profile. So that's my little tool that some of you have seen before. So if you're going to do just one video and put it out there and you don't want to resize it, make sure all the important parts are in the green, are in the center, so that you can put it on Instagram and it's okay that the top and the bottom. So that means you need to move back a bit and make sure that the center part is where the important things are. If you're adding words to it or captions or just some words, you're going to have to make sure that you center those words so they're not cut off on the sides, those kind of things. So, but the tools I'm going to show you resize easily. So that's why I love these tools, is because you can create one video and then go in and say, resize it for a Instagram post, resize it for a Facebook cover, resize it for a story. So that's why I like these tools, because I want to get the same message out there. So I might create a longer video for Facebook. And as you see, the lengths vary as well. On Facebook, I can have a really long video explaining something. On Instagram, it can only be a minute unless I turn it into an Instagram story, and that's not right. They can be up to 60 seconds as well, not just 10 minutes. The stories have increased. So I may decide that I do want to use it as an Instagram post, and I do want a video that's just a minute. So what I try to do often is I do the summary of what I'm talking about, and I make sure that's under a minute. And then I continue with that same video because I know I want to put a little bit longer of a video on Facebook. So these are some of the things you may want to think about when you're doing it. And there's something called stories. They're all just 15 seconds long. So those are just kind of teasers that you put out there. And I'll show you the importance of stories in a second. So these are the tools again. And I'm going to start off and show you this new tool that I've fallen in love with recently called Viva Video. It's an app on your cell phone. And it's one that I found fairly recently. And I'm going to just show you a video of how it works so that you have some ideas of what I'm talking about here. Here it is. So let me just move you out of the way and wait, I want to start over. Okay. So what I like about it is you can add effects to it. You can add these different filters, which is kind of cool. So you're uploading your own video, and it gives you that just gives or wow. Oh, my internet connection is unstable. It's that kind of day. So it also allows you to have transitions. And I really like these transitions. There's a ton of transitions, a ton of music that you can choose to add to it. And this is the cool part. You can add your video and then you can add words to a part of the video and then add words to another part. You can slow down or speed up your video. It has all sorts of different abilities. Where the heck did my PowerPoint go? It has all sorts of different abilities that would normally be very difficult to do with a normal video editor. So let me just go back and show you. So here is one that I just did recently for Knock on Wood. And it's Kelly wanting to, so that was a contest that we did. And so you can see here, I've got, it was done in Viva Video because I did it while I was on their location. So Kelly was talking about this throw and that was going to be part of a contest. And then I have entered on the video itself text that says enter our contest. So I'm just going to go to Facebook so you can see it. Wonder if I already have it open. I do have it open already. So let me just go over here. So contest alert. So this is the video and I created it on this new tool. So I added those words. So this would have been just the throw. A photo would be the first thing I added. And then the second thing I added was an actual video of her talking. And you can see there's captions that I added once I went to upload it to Facebook. You're able to go to your video section on Facebook and add captions. So I made sure wherever I added my words, I put them up here because I know that Facebook automatically adds the captions down there. So I didn't want the captions to be, I didn't want to put my overlays on there too low because I knew that we would have I would be adding captions as well. So what are the steps? Let me slow down. So what are the steps? So I have it for Facebook, and the steps to doing this was test the audio and the lighting ahead of time. So I made sure that where she was talking, I had her talk a little bit, made sure that I could hear her. If she was doing this by herself, she would have set up the little arm, and she would have probably put on a 10-second timer on her cell phone so that it counted down after she pressed record, so that she would then be able to get herself in position and she would do a test. So position the camera. So what you want to ask yourself is, am I moving around? Is the camera going to see everywhere I'm going? So if this is that type of video where you're just going to move a little bit, you can put it on a stand like this. If it's a video that you're actually going to want to move around with you, there are other tools that you can use. This is some of the other tools I use. This is a stabilizer for a cell. So I put my cell in it and I move around and it keeps it stable. This is a little video recorder that is used for walking around locations and taking photos, and the head stabilizes. So it depends on the kind of video, but I'm just pretending in this one, because it is for this specific video, we had myself taking it. If it was her, it would be an arm. Thinking about her talking points, she knew what her talking points was. At that point, they were still open. So she was telling them that they were still open, and that we had this throw that she's chosen as the prize, and when we were going to draw the prize. So and then what I did was, after I recorded the video, I went to Viva Video, which is the one I'm talking about. So on my cell, I'd already downloaded the app for Viva Video. I decided on the shape. So often what I'll do is I'll cheat, if you want to call it that, and I will just default to a square, because I can use square on Facebook and on Instagram. So if I don't feel like doing a video that's landscape for Facebook and one that's square for Instagram, I'll do just a square. But I always do go back and I resize it so that I can get one that's a story, because I like putting them out as stories. So I will do the first one that's going to be a post, and then I will end up going back in to that same app and resizing it when I'm done, and moving things around a little bit, because obviously it's portrait, so things are a little bit higher. I can move them around. It works out really well. So you just decide on the shape, you decide which videos you want to use. And what's really cool is this tool allows you to put in transitions. So if you have a whole bunch of photos, it makes, if you remember in the little video I showed you, it shows that you can make them spin from one to the other. You can add words so they fade in and out. So there's a number of things you can do. That's why I suggest you play and see what you like. And then you guys are in my way again. Yeah, and then what I did finally on this one was I uploaded it to Facebook. And on Facebook, you go into, when you upload the video to Facebook, you can add captions to the video. And that's what I did there. So with Facebook, you automatically ask it to translate the words, and it's called captions, and it does that for you. But you want to go and reread it. because often they make mistakes. Kawartha TV and stereo, for example, they never understand what that company's name is. So I always have to go in and change it. So this is the tool that I really suggest you play with. I think if you do, I'll bet you next time Diane comes on a webinar, she's going to say, "Oh my goodness, I did these and they were fabulous." I know you're going to love them, and I know Jake, your team would love this tool as well, because they take a lot of video photos on their cells. It's very easy. So I did all of this video while I was at their location, and even leave their location, I was able to get this contest up and working for them. So Canva has introduced a new, so this is another app. So let me rephrase that. Canva is something that a lot of us have used on our laptops to create posts that have words on them, to create our flyers. I really love Canva. A lot of you have seen me talk about it before, but what Canva has done recently is if you go to Canva and you click over here where it says create design, you'll see here they've got a new emblem called video. So you click on that and that gives you different ideas like Canva always does, or you can just customize and start from scratch. But what it does is so I clicked on, in this case, I clicked on videos, and I'm just showing you the templates they show you. Oh, do you want a social media ad? Do you want a YouTube video? So it gives you different dimensions that you can create, or you can just start from scratch. So what it does, because I clicked on video and I'm in the video creation area, you see down here, this is what's different. If any of you have used Canva before, you would have seen these different elements down here. You can add a page, and then what it does is it stitches them together. So this is, today we had a winner for this client. Who are we? This is knock on wood. So that when I showed you, this was the winner today. So so what I did was I created, so the first page, the second page showed the throw, the third page showed congratulations and their logo, and the last page showed congratulations and their logo again. So it's, I made it square to start. Then I went back in, and after I was finished, and I made it, I resized it so that it was story sized. So then I was able to use this as a story and as a post. And what I wanted to show you here was these animations, and how does each slide behave? So I could say nothing happens, or you click on these and it'll show you exactly what that slide is doing. I'm not going to go there because with the internet being goofy today, I know this will just kill us. So it's just really fantastic. And then what you end up doing is you just download it when you're ready, and it downloads it as an MP4. It stitches all of the 4 slides together. And what I try to do, because it's a story, I keep it under 15 seconds because I want to upload it to a story. So you're gonna love this. So let me just show you what it looks like when it was done. And then these are the steps to creating this one. I think I have it over here for you. So this is one I just created on this tool, and it was to announce the winner here. So this is a video of Angie talking. So if you were actually watching this video, you could hear her talking. And I'm hoping that this isn't going to, and then you can see these move. So that's really cool. And this congratulations I got from Canva, because that was cool, and it just repeats itself. So it's a very simple way to create your messaging. You're keeping your logos, and because it's Canva, I was able to match the lettering to their logo, because I uploaded their logo and matched everything. I absolutely love it. So that's the one thing. And then I went in and I created it as a story. This one was yesterday I did. And then this was just now. I also created it as a story, so you can see it's longer. So it works beautifully as a story as well. So these are little things that I think you're going to absolutely love. So this is the one that I showed you that I did for knock on wood. So congratulations. And so I showed, so I really, just to give it a little more oomph and kind of dimension. So you can see here, these are the animation in between, the blocks move. So you can make it do almost anything. So it's very cool, very powerful. This is the kind of stuff I would have used Animoto for before. And now this tool is a lot less expensive. I don't know. I'm kind of loving Canva more and more every minute. So very cool. So I wanted to show you, I'm in the wrong place. Okay, that's okay. So let me just go back to from current slide. So that's where we were, the video in Canva. And these animations are, what it means is what's going on that individual slide. And again, you can add more slides. It tells you how long it is. If it's a video, you click on the video and you can actually um, shorten that video if you want. So what are the steps? Think about your messaging. What are the frames that you want in this story? Choose the videos and choose the size of video, meaning do you want it square, portrait, or landscape? You can get away with square and use that on Facebook and Instagram. If you're going to want to also do a story, you're going to want that as a portrait. Think of the storyline, adjust timing. So each one of these could be as long as you want. So you can make it just a second. You could make it rapid fire, like second, a second, a second, a second, or you can make them 3 seconds or as long as you want. So you can click on them. And then what'll happen is up here, instead of animation, time will show up. So it's really cool to use. And then add, you can add text over it. You can add whatever you want over it. You can upload videos. This could be video, could be their videos, and download it as an MP4 when you're done. And then think, do I want to duplicate it and resize it for something else? Okay, so those are the steps for using Canva. And this is an example of me duplicating that and then changing this into, from a post into something that is for, that's for the story. So it's longer. So you'll see those there. Okay. So this is also the one I showed you on Facebook. I was just going to suggest, don't forget when you're doing video to choose a cover, because what it'll do often is it'll just show the very first frame by default, and the first frame might not be anything. So if I didn't choose a frame, it would have just showed black or just this gray weird thing at the front. So make sure you choose a cover. You can choose a cover on Facebook as to, I mean, what that means is, what is the first, when the video is not started, what's the first thing people see? So don't forget to do that. You can do that on Instagram as well. And like I said, don't forget to resize it for a story. I love stories. And why are stories important? I think I'm going to ask you that next. Okay, so a lot of you know already that if you have 100 people on your page and you do a post on Facebook, it only goes to 3 of those people. It only goes to 3%. However, stories are distributed to more than just your 3%. That's why they're important, because they break that rule. Same with live streams. They break that rule. They go out to a lot more people than just the 3%. That's why those two things are so important. And actual, this is an example of a story that Sam's was doing. She kept on putting her, not kept on, she puts her menu up there, and it goes out to more people than those that would have just seen her post. This is using something called Unfold. It's a tool that I like on as an app. It's one of the ones that I'm not going to get into in detail. I just wanted to show you those two in detail. But this is one that I like because it allows you to have, it is just for stories. So it gives you little templates if you're not sure about stories. So you can add a photo here, add a video here, add a photo here, and you can then upload it directly to Instagram or Facebook as a story. So those are really cool. So how long do stories appear? You guys remember? Just for 24 hours. So basically, if yesterday I had a couple of contests running, one for Green Street and one for Knock on Wood. And no, yep. And so what I did yesterday was I reminded them that there was 24 hours before the story ends. I mean, sorry, before the contest ends. So it keeps on going into people's timelines, in their story timelines, and they see it. So it reminds them of something. So I love stories to use that way. Do your posts and you think, is this the kind of post that I want to remind people about? Yes, it is. Then you want to do that as a story as well. So you can distribute from your cell phone to almost anywhere. From your cell phone, you can do your video, use those apps I was showing you, and go right to Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Pinterest, or your Google listing. So you can do all of those things right from your cell phone. You can do a post right onto Google listing or any of those. You can also upload it directly to YouTube. Then you're going to need the link from that to give to the person that's doing your website or the person that's doing your email blast, or to yourself. Give yourself that link and you can add it to either of those two. Okay, so I'm going to skip this LinkedIn one. This is just showing you on LinkedIn that I embedded a video in my LinkedIn article. So if you ever are curious about that, send me a quick email. I'd be happy to help you. And I'm not going to get into this. I wanted to share with you this. This is embedding a video in an email. So this is what I mean. If I sent out LinkedIn workshop coming up, blah, 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 and I didn't have the video, I get a few people signing up. But as soon as I add the video about what the workshop is about, I get 60% more signing up. It's tremendous impact, including a video in the actual e-newsletter. Okay. And I always put a call to action as to what I want them to do. So don't forget to do that. So why is live streaming important? So I already mentioned it earlier, but it's important because you're going to get more engagement. It's going to go far beyond your 3%, your followers. It increases trust value, and then you can save it as a video so it shows up when people come back and they see it as a video. Or if you thought, oh my God, that live stream was horrible, you can delete it. So you can do that, but I suggest you save it. So this is, I think I'm going to skip over the measures, but just so that you know, when you're on your Facebook, you can go to your insights and there's an insight just for video. So you can go and see just how your videos are doing, which is what this is. And that's what this is, just your insights for your videos. So let's just continue on here. I want to show you a couple other things. This is when you are on your Google listing. When you manage your Google listing, you're able to click on post and post as a video. So you could post and attach a video and it shows up under videos. If you don't have videos, then nothing shows up there, but having videos is very cool. This is the Animoto program that I've showed you many times before, but all I wanted to do is just remind you that Animoto is still one of my favorite tools. And what I like about it is I'll save something, I'll create something in square mode, and then I can resize it right in Animoto so I can use it differently. And this is an example of how Animoto works, is you upload all of your photos or videos that you want to use in the storyline, similar to what we said to Canva. You have a storyline, and then you pull it over. So say you decide I want it to have 2 panels. So I get a video on this side and a photo on that side, and I add text. Then I add another square, and it could be just 1 photo. It could be 2 photos. It could be, it'll give you all of these little options as to what you want to, how you want this to look. But it's identical to Canva, really, in a way, because you're going to have these elements at the bottom, and then it's going to allow you to have transitions, and it turns it into a video for you. So it's very powerful. So I'm just going to continue. This is what that video looked like on social media after we posted it, that one I just showed you. And this is what it looked like on Instagram. So here I did it for Facebook, and here I resized it for Instagram. So I'm going to skip over Quick. Quick is another app that I liked. I like the first one I showed you better now, Vivid. I really like that one better than Quick. Quick, the reason I don't like it is it only had a handful of music, and it was kind of, everyone's brand became the same. The reason I like the other one, you can choose so much more music and transitions. And this is that Unfold one I told you about, that if you want to do just stories and you weren't sure how, Unfold is just on your cell phone. And it just gives you different templates, and then you can add your photos to it. And it's a really easy way to create stories for Instagram or Facebook. So that's what that is. I mentioned on your website, you can have video galleries. So I have a video gallery on my site. So you can upload, these are all YouTube videos, but it's on a Wix site, but you can do this on all sites as well. This is showing you on Knock on Wood. If you ever go back to look at this virtual tool, I'm using this tool where I'm walking around and it's smooth, saved it as a YouTube video, and then uploaded it to their website. And actually, we're about to redo this next in the next couple of days now that they're closed again. So so that's a really cool way to do it. And Facebook covers, if you look at Kawartha TV and Stereo, you'll see their cover is a video. So we created a video and videos all the time for Kawartha TV and Stereo, and then you'll see we add them as covers as well. We're actually going to start adding them on their website so they match as covers too. So live streaming and closing. Why do you do live streaming? Because it reaches more than just a post. I would always suggest you let people know when it's about to happen. So say I have a live stream happening on Thursday, I would let them know, say on Tuesday, we have a live stream at 1 o'clock on Thursday. Test your audio, your Wi-Fi, and your sound ahead of time. And then if you're doing it by cell, make sure your battery is full because it's a battery hog. Make sure your Wi-Fi is strong because it eats a lot of data. A good live stream goes longer than 10 minutes because it gathers people. So what a lot of people do is, say the live stream starts at 1, they'll actually go live at 1:45, and they'll let people see them getting ready. And they'll have in the text, this live stream is starting at 1 o'clock. See you then. Here is where you can find more information. Click here. And they're talking the whole time they're getting ready. And then when they're finally ready, they start for real. And you don't want it to be 30 seconds because as you continue live streaming, it gets longer and longer. Be animated, maybe interview somebody, have a lot of props to show people, make it interesting. You could test out the live stream ahead of time by doing changing your settings to private, where only you are seeing it. But actually, I'm not 100% sure if you could do that from a business page. I think you can only do that from your human page to test it out, but at least you're testing out all of the elements of the camera. Space out your live streams, intermix them with posts of other types. Don't make them all live stream throughout the live stream because people might just be joining you. Don't forget to reintroduce yourself. Hi again, it's Sophie, and we're here talking to so-and-so, or I'm here showing you how to do this. So don't forget to interrupt yourself to keep on introducing yourself. And if you have a call to action, if you're interested in more information, click here. Don't forget to tell them that. Make it spontaneous. Like, don't make it practice. Don't make it feel like, oh, they're reading a script. Be yourself. It's okay to and don't worry about mistakes because it's a live stream. Encourage people to like and share the video, which would be very nice for them to do. And in the description of a live stream, so when you first start getting ready to do your live stream, it says write a description before you go live. So most people miss that part. They just go live and it's just them talking. So they're missing the opportunity of attaching, typing something in there that says, and here's a link to our, our online shop, or here's a link to register for our next tour, or whatever it is that you're talking about. Okay, so live streams, if you can do a live stream once a month, a video once a week, you're going to add a lot of dimension to your to all of your social posts. So that would be my recommendation. And don't forget, your Google listing and closing is that you can use videos in your posts as a product and as 360 tours. And that's it. So I went over, I apologize, but we did start a little late. And I thank you very much. And I think there was a couple of questions. I have uploaded longer than 60 minutes to YouTube. Yes, I mean, I think I've uploaded 3-hour webinars to YouTube. Absolutely correct. I'm not sure is which better than, I don't know what the Spark camera is, but I'd be happy to investigate for you and see which one's better. So thank you, everybody. Any other last questions? I hope you found that useful. What do you think from this session you might use, Shannon? You're sitting there nodding. You're the first one I see on my thing, so you got to take yourself off mute. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I've been using Canva for a little bit, not very long, a couple of months, but I definitely like the idea of being able to create the videos in there and adjust
Oh, I
it.
could see you using it. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
It really gives a storyline, and you could do phases of what you're doing. I think that's going to be excellent for you. I would love to see some of yours. Have any questions, let me know.
Ideas sparked from that, but with being shut down right now, I can't do anything. So I'm like, darn.
Oh, crazy. Diane, did you think of anything you might be doing?
Oh, yes.
I'm sure you have.
I have a workshop in April on kombucha. So I think that's going to be the first video I do.
Oh, excellent.
Just to talk to people about, why they need to come to this workshop.
You need to remind me of that. I saw, because I was very interested in that, because I know it's a digestive kind of, right?
It is super good for you. And
what date was that?
April 21st, 7:30 p.m. I will be sending out an email, so you're going to get that. Thank you for signing up.
Perfect. Did I sign up?
Good.
You did. Good. I meant to.
You wanted to see what my landing page looked like. So.
Oh, exciting. Okay,
Yeah.
good. That's
Yeah.
right. I do not remember. Oh my gosh, it's just too much that goes on every day, right?
It's
okay.
It's okay. But I will be trying this out because I think it's fantastic, and I use Canva a lot. So.
Well, it's just a little
very
detail
exciting.
that I thought, I'm going to try not to show every single app this time, just focus on two, because I'm finding I'm using that Canva application, because I usually start my with a post in there, and then I end up turning it into a video now. Wow, this is very powerful.
Yeah,
So very
and I've
cool.
noticed a big difference with putting my social media posts on my Google business page too.
Good.
I actually have a client in Indiana.
No way, from the Google listing?
Who found me on the internet.
Oh, honey, I'm happy.
Indiana.
Yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. Yippee, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll be doing it for the workshop this month.
Oh, wonderful. Jane, you were going to share something, I think.
Oh, well, I'm just impressed with Diane. I mean, she's blowing me away with, I'm thinking, well, if she can do all this, and then I can certainly do all this. I don't know. It just seems somewhat, I don't know, overwhelming, I guess. A friend of mine started or introduced me to Spark Camera, and I've been playing around with that with some videos and so on, but you don't know about that.
I haven't used that one. There are so many beautiful apps.
Oh.
I believe I used to use Spark. It sounds very familiar.
Okay.
Was it an app on your cell phone?
Yes.
Yeah, I believe it sounds very familiar, and I'll bet you it's improved, and you may have just told me about my next new favorite app. So I will let you know.
Oh, that would be wonderful, because,
yeah.
I guess it would be fairly similar, I think, to what is the one you called it? Viva?
Yeah.
That one.
What I'll do is I'll download the one you're talking about, and Spark. I remember Spark now, and it was
Post, remember?
Yeah, it was a few years ago, and I bet you they're all gotten so much better, and they're all buying each other, and they have all each other's. So it'll be good. I'll see how they compare.
Okay. Yeah, that would be awesome. Thank you so much. Wonderful.
I have your email. Well, thank you. It's nice seeing you again after all these years. It was probably 15 years ago.
Oh yeah, it was a long, long time ago. So I was going to ask you, so you do have a book that's available?
Not right now, no.
But newer than this one.
Yeah, but still, I mean, I sold out of all of those old ones. Yeah, I would not give you one of my old books, because it was 5 years ago, and they're just too many things have changed. But I was thinking of updating it. So but I love the fact that you have my book all earmarked, and
oh yeah, like look, there's little dog ears in the bottom of it. Yeah. Oh, it was very good at the time. Yes, it was. You
Yeah.
signed it too. It's your autograph is in it.
Oh, that is so cool. You can sign my checks for me. Okay. Okay, you guys, thank you very much.
Thank you very
It was
much,
good
Sophie.
seeing you
Thank
all.
See you next month.
See you next month.